The royal baker Thomas Fariner, who lived in London on Pudding Lane, forgot to put out the oven in his bakery after work. In the early morning hours of September 2nd, 1666, a fire broke out in London that went down in history as the Great Fire of London. The first building caught fire just after midnight on Sunday, September 2nd. The fire began to spread rapidly through the city in a westerly direction. To stop the fire, the method of destroying buildings around the epicenter of the blaze was usually used to stop the fire. This was not done only because the Lord Mayor, Thomas Bloodworth, was not convinced of the feasibility of these measures. The fire spread rapidly due to strong winds. By the middle of the morning on Sunday, people had given up trying to extinguish the fire and began to flee. Moving masses of people and carts made the roads impassable for firefighters. At dawn on Monday, September 3rd, the fire spread to the north and west, destroying St. Paul's Cathedral. After a short time, the fire reached the financial center of the city. Bankers' houses and pawnshops began to burn in the afternoon of Monday, their owners trying to save the gold by throwing it out into the street before it melted. The Royal Exchange could not be saved either. It burned down within hours. Tuesday, September 4th, was the day of the greatest destruction. The Duke of York's command post in Temple Bar, where the Strand meets Fleet Street, had to stop firing westward in front of Whitehall Palace. Firefighters set up barriers on Fleet Bridge and down the Thames, hoping that the river would become a natural barrier to the fire. Due to strong winds, the flames jumped across the river and continued to spread. Throughout the day, the fire began to move toward the tower with its arsenals of gunpowder. After waiting all day for help from firefighters who were busy to the west, the garrison on the tower took matters into their own hands and created fire breaks, blowing up houses in the immediate area, stopping the fire's advance. 13,200 homes and about 90 churches burned. It is believed that the fire left 70,000 people homeless, with a population of 80,000 in central London at the time. Charles II urged the burners to leave London and settle elsewhere, fearing that a rebellion would break out in London among those who had lost their property. In 1670, in memory of the Great Fire of London, a memorial column about 70 meters high was erected at the site of its epicenter, on which the history of the fire and its extinguishing was carved. In 1986, members of the London Bakers Association apologized to the mayor of the city for the fact that the Great Fire of 1666 was caused by their colleague Thomas Fariner. Subscribe to our channel. Here you will find many interesting stories that really happened in the history of mankind.